What's up, Marcus?
I'm good. How about you, boss man?
So I just hit starting the stream, but so we'll see. We'll wait till a few more people join. But even if people don't watch live, it'll record and it'll go on our feed afterwards.
No, for sure, for sure.
So Marcus, you probably have had an interesting couple days, yeah?
Yeah, really interesting, that's for sure. But probably the best news I've had in a while, so I'm really happy about that.
So take me through your morning yesterday, and then I'll tell you from the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance what happened to us. But I think your side of it would be probably more interesting. So tell me about your morning yesterday.
Well, I woke up and got that great, amazing news that I'm free of all charges of stuff that was lied against me. And honestly, it meant the world, first of all, because I, I wasn't guilty. I didn't do anything, and it was having epilepsy and having a seizure isn't a crime. So honestly, it just made me feel like $1,000,000. Everyone that's been with me, with you guys for the Alliance, Canadian Tire, helping me, just people sending their support, and even people stopping me on the street still, even to this day, saying, hey, are you this? I hope you get better. I hope your news gets spread across the platform. It's just, if I could save 1,000,000 people's lives right now with my story, then that's going to be what I'm going to do with my story.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday your lawyer sent the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance an email, and I mean, a big grin came on my face. Like, it came out of nowhere because it's been a long time
Yeah.
since these charges have been, you've been facing these charges, and out of nowhere I got this email saying, that it dropped, and and then obviously we got that press release out. And why don't you describe what's happening today? Obviously some media is reaching you today.
Yeah, I had a bunch of medias. I just finished talking on the phone with a bunch of them. Super, super happy to, again, for some reason, I always felt that once it happened to me 15 months ago, I thought it was just going to be brushed under the rug and it wasn't going to be brought up again. But just seeing all the love from the media still to this day, and the same people I met and had interviews with a year ago. So they were actually genuine people. They didn't look at me like it was just a story. They are actually genuinely concerned and actually wanted to talk to me, which made me feel, like I said, also $1,000,000, because you could tell it wasn't like a fake personality. They weren't just doing it for a story. They did it because it was something serious, something that needs to be heard, something that they don't want to happen ever again. And I'm just really proud for it, to be honest.
So the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance, to be honest with you, I've lost track of dates and when we started things and when we did things. But the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance, one of the things that we did was we created a petition. And the petition was to invite all of Canada and whoever else wanted to participate to sign a petition to encourage police organizations across Canada to take a course so there's this police, just to rewind a couple of steps, I want to let the public know that the police and the paramedics have access to a course that was put together with Epilepsy Ontario, Canadian Epilepsy Alliance, and actually police were part of putting this course together. And this is a police course that is sitting in a portal that all the Canadian police organizations have access to, right? So what the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance petition, we created this petition to encourage the community to take this course and make it a mandatory course, because yeah, so basically this course is sitting in the police portal, and for whatever reason, it's not a mandatory course. So we're asking the public to sign this petition.
Mandatory.
So Marcus, you have about 5,000 people signing this petition. So my question to you is, what do you think about I mean, of course we want it to be 10,000 signatures, but what do you want to say to the 5,000 people that have signed that petition?
Nothing but love and respect. And if I had a chance to meet every 5,000 person that signed it, and give them a hug and tell them how much I appreciate it, not only from me, but from every other person that's suffering from epilepsy and seizures and just healthcare problems in general. It just means a lot. And like, when I first, like when it first happened, I didn't think it was gonna blow up how big it was gonna blow up. Again, like I tell you and a couple people, like I do make music and stuff, and like I'd always want my music to have the most attention, right? But just being noticed on the street and stopped on the street, always being like, I'm sorry for what happened to you. They should have knew the difference between this and that, and the difference between person having a seizure and person fighting something at work. And just like you said, there's already tools in place, just like the portal and information at people's hands. And just like at that situation when I had my seizure at my work at Canadian Tire, my manager Ahmed and even Vish, everyone already knew I had seizures. So they were telling him he had a seizure. He's already had seizures here before. Like, we already know what to do. And why isn't going this route? And like, why am I being handcuffed with behind my back? And why do I have 6 people jumping on me like I just went and robbed a store, or I just did something outrageous? And they just painted a picture of me that was probably like the most outrageous picture, because again, like I said, like, you see me here, I smile to everybody. I'm the person to open the door for people. I loved working at Canadian Tire because everyone was so friendly, and the staff was friendly to the customers coming in friendly. That's just my personality. So just like to see them paint a picture of me like I was a violent individual and I was beating up the paramedics when they're helping me, but they didn't know the difference between like a aura seizure and there's different types of seizures. Different type of people have different type of things. So it's like, I'm just glad that this is all ended. I'm really happy that this is really starting to get some light in the situation, because that's what we need to do in these scenarios and different things. We need to shed light and let more people know, because you don't want someone that has epilepsy to be afraid to go outside and to call the ambulance or whatever, just to think that they were going to get beat up having a seizure, right? And I'm not going to lie, for the last 15 months, I haven't went to the hospital once having a seizure, because I don't trust calling the police anymore and trust calling the ambulance. And that's
You cut up. You cut. No, it's okay. We heard most of that. It just got cut out the last second. For those that are just joining, we have about 20 people now watching us, Marcus.
Oh, that's what's up.
If anyone has any questions or comments or anything you want us to share with Marcus, we have him for a couple minutes. But Marcus, I mean, the one thing that I keep getting this question from some of the media outlets the past couple days: what could the police or paramedics have done differently? And Marcus, I know you and I have spoken privately, and I keep saying that one, I don't know, I don't want to call it a joke, but this comment, like, if they did nothing, that would have been 100% more
and
positive, better than, like, I mean, I'm glad we're in a place where we can kind of chuckle about this situation, but I just think if they did literally nothing, it would have still been a better outcome than what happened. And
100%.
I mean, I've been in the epilepsy community for 7-8 years, maybe a little bit longer actually. And I've seen many people have seizures in front of me. And Marcus, I'll be honest, there's been times where I've been kicked in places I don't want to get kicked with people while they're having a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
But never did I take it personal. Never did I think it was on purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
I made sure that I would push things out of the way. I would, if there was a jacket or if I was lucky, there was a pillow nearby, I would put a pillow underneath the person's head. I would make sure there was nothing in the person's way that could harm them while they were maybe potentially moving around. But never did I think I should hold them down in any way. And for sure, never did I think the best thing to do would be to tase the person.
Yeah. And that, like I said, that's the craziest thing, because even when I was at the hospital and I woke up coming to, and I didn't know what was going on, because like when you have a seizure, sometimes like it feels like it's a dream. So it's like I still remember like me screaming, the cops coming to me trying to put my hands to my face and all that stuff. But like, it felt like it was a dream more than it was real life. You know what I mean? And then to wake up, even, I'm pretty sure I was still handcuffed to the bed while I was at the hospital. So to like be woken up and just staring around and being like what just happened? And like I had my ex-girlfriend at the time and like people at the time just hysterically crying. and just looking at me. And I can't feel any pain at that time because like obviously pain was everywhere, right? And then until I went to go to the bathroom and I seen my face, and it was just like, oh, what, like what happened? Like you had a seizure? Like, yeah, I have seizures all the time. My face never looks like that. Like, no, these cops, they tased you. And that's when I stopped. I said, wait, what? Like, they tased me. Like, yeah, they tased. Like, isn't that like the last thing they're supposed to do to someone that's already like their brain's already shaking, everything's all, you know what I mean, going everywhere. You're gonna go and put voltage into them and just amp them up and make my head explode and make it even just the worst situation possible. And like I said, I'm not here to ever like downgrade the police, downgrade the ambulance people, because like the first responders are you know what I mean? They are in our world. You gotta love and respect them no matter what. And I'll still obviously try and call 911, but like it's been a scary time even thinking about calling the ambulance or just even going to the hospital in general after I have seizures anyway.
Someone named Lori just said, not everyone drops to the floor and shakes, but that's what many people think, what many think seizures are. Stigmas are unreal when it comes to epilepsy. That is a good comment, Lori. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, there's over 40 different types of seizures. Not all seizures obviously look the same. Just the point that we're making is that we obviously, no matter what the type of seizure is, it's not good to hold somebody down, no matter what's happening. It's not good to hold them down in any way, and for sure it's not good to, there's nothing in the safety protocol that says it's smart to tase somebody. An earlier comment was someone says, I'm a nurse and the way that they treated you was so unethical. That was Sarah that wrote that.
Yeah. And that's actually a really good friend of mine too. And like she reached out as soon as that happened and said like, there's no way that happened. Like they should have been trained properly. And she even told me she knew the training about it. And she's just like starting. I'm not trying to knock it because I forget if she was just starting at the time, but like she's new to it. And the fact that she already had the steps of what not to do compared to people that were the ambulance people have been doing it for 5 years and the police for doing it for 10 years. It's like sad, but like it only takes like a couple seconds to read up on a paper or just to do your education and just, I don't know, like I said, the whole situation, it would have been better if I didn't have a seizure. It would have been better if I didn't go to work, but like who knows what would have happened in that situation. But like there's a lot of outcomes and a lot of scenarios that like we could throw and say, but it's like I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm just happy that I woke up alive, and that's probably like my biggest thing I want to say, because I bet if this happened in the States, I'd probably be dead. And I don't want to be like, weird and petty about it, but like I feel like even the States have a bigger issue with ethnicity and being African American and all that. And like I did look scary. I am 6'6", you know what I mean? Like I can look scary when I'm angry and out of it, but like they treated me like a villain and treated me like a bad guy, and and that's definitely not the outcome of what I wanted.
What's something you would want to say? I mean, obviously we have some positive news in the sense that the charges were dropped, but I mean, ultimately, I mean, if you'd like to share what's happening, like you're in pain right now, like you're not working, like what are your hopes right now, and like what are the next steps for Marcus?
To be honest, depression has been like the number one thing that's hit me the last like 15 months, just because like after that situation, I had different situations happen to me that played effects, and it was all because I couldn't move and stuff, and I couldn't be the person who I was prior to relationships and friendships and stuff like that. So like I don't know, it's so hard, because even just thinking about it now, it kind of makes me sad.
I think it's starting to, you're in an area where I think the signal's kind of, but we heard most of that. I mean, we're obviously wanting as many people to sign the petition, but are you looking to, what would you want to say specifically to the epilepsy community? What are ways that the epilepsy community can rally behind you? Like, what are you looking for? I mean, it's great that the charges have been dropped, but I mean, what are you looking for now? I mean, are you looking for a job? Are you like, what are the next steps for you?
I really feel like my voice should be heard, and since I already feel like I was painted a picture already. I don't want to say like I'm already the big talk of this epilepsy thing, alliance, and all this stuff. But I honestly feel like since like working hasn't been a job, I honestly feel like if I can't work right now, I feel like I can help other people with my health issue too. I used to love working at Kiwanis. I might go help and be a camp counselor and do some fun stuff just to, you know what I mean? Make sure everyone's actually smiling and not being depressed. And I don't know, I'm not gonna take what happened to me and just be depressed all the time. I'm just gonna turn it to a positive, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, Marcus, I mean, you've had a busy couple days. I hope you're getting some proper sleep and proper self-care for yourself. And I know you and I were talking about, playing NBA 2K at some point. And,
You don't want that.
I don't want that. Here we go. But you're lucky we're in a positive chat here. I would be trash talking you video game wise right now. But no, I mean, ultimately, I know you've been getting a lot of media requests and a lot of different things. But I'm hoping, I know many people, every time we post the articles, many people in the epilepsy community are wanting to support you. They want to rally behind you. Lori just wrote, DeMarcus, you're an inspiration. She's someone that's, so Lori, she has a daughter who has epilepsy. And Lori is an epilepsy warrior herself. She does a lot for the epilepsy community.
That's
she
amazing.
posts a lot of blogs and posts. So
that's amazing. Thank you so much for the support, the comment, just hearing that you just saying I'm an inspiration, it makes me feel like $1 million because it's honestly people like you that stayed in light with the conversation and just constantly asked if I was okay, and just you guys sending your stories and making sure people are educated. That's the inspiration. And I feel like ever since that happened to me, it made me open my eyes more about a lot of things and not take life for granted. I used to sit here and think little things for granted anymore, but like I respect everybody. I respect everyone that's commented and talked and said their things. They've been nothing but my motivation to get better and my motivation to make this message go across.
Well, thank you, Marcus, for being spontaneous and jumping on Instagram Live. Thank you for being, I know this was not necessarily what you signed on your bingo card many months ago, but you've become this epilepsy warrior and an epilepsy ambassador. Someone just wrote, proud of you, Marcus. You brought attention to this cause.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Honestly.
So, I mean, of course, people watching, you can still sign the petition. We have about 5,000 signatures that are wanting to take this police training that's sitting in the police portal and make it a mandatory course. So if you're watching and you want to find ways that we can help Marcus still, reach out by contacting your local police organization in Canada and ask them, simply ask them this one question. Have you taken the police training course specifically for epilepsy that's sitting in your portal? Have you taken the course? Do you know any media contacts? If so, send them the press release. I'm pretty sure Marcus is not shy. I think Marcus might be open to doing some more interviews.
Yes,
tell
I
the
am.
Story. So,
I'm waiting for Ellen DeGeneres. What do you mean? I'm trying to get on that.
I mean, Ellen, Jimmy Fallon, The Tonight Show. Let's get it going. But Lori said, "Why just Canada? Make it global."
Global.
We're not saying no to that. I'm just mentioning that here in Canada, the course is in the portal. I know in the U.S. With the Epilepsy Foundation, police training is happening. In certain states, it is a mandatory course. But I can tell you in the U.S., they're having the same struggles, that the course isn't mandatory in many states in the U.S. The Canadian Epilepsy Alliance is working with the Epilepsy Foundation in the U.S. And again, Marcus, that's partly because of your story. So this issue sees no borders. But yeah, we want as many people to sign the petition. And yeah. Marcus, I don't want to keep you, but is there anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Honestly, I love every single person that came and checked in and watched this live with me and you. I just feel like if none of you guys, not none of you guys, I feel like all the kind words and inspiration you guys like did and gave, just it pushed me to be a better person. It pushed me to, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, just stay alive, because I've had a lot of mental issues since that. And I don't want to be like weird, but like I did have suicidal thoughts just because of like the type of person I am, the type of person I like working and being that type of thing. And I feel like they stripped me down and took everything I had. And the last year and a half, I've been rebuilding, trying to find myself, trying to put red in my hair, trying to make a new look, trying to see life from a different perspective, because a lot of people don't see it from a different perspective. But honestly, we'll definitely send you the petition since you live in the States. And with even Laura saying, you know, why just Canada, make it global too? If we can start right here and spread it all around, that's how it's gonna start. And you know, if we pick it and put it at these different places, yes, it's gonna be heard. But if we can make Hamilton and Canada and everything go bigger than that, then it's gonna be heard globally and internationally. And then just like you said, they already have all these details and stuff in their portal. So like it's not bashing anybody. It's just a reminder saying, hey, like if you went to school for 12 years and this to be a cop and be this to, what's an extra 30 minutes to read this little page to understand someone's, you know what I mean? And that's all I'm really getting from it. And like I said, I really love everyone that's been sitting here listening, everyone that's been on my side, everyone that's commented, everyone that donated and helped me when I wasn't working and I needed help to get back on my feet. Like if I could, like I said, if I could hug every single person, talk to every single person, have a day that we all meet up, and just like, you guys are the reason why I'm moving and striving, and the biggest reason why I'm keeping this message going forward, because they took my motivation away, but now I'm smiling, and you guys are $1 million, and it's making me feel so good.
Well, thank you, Marcus. And now that I know that you're comfortable with streaming on IG, we could do this again in the future. That's
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. For sure.
I like the sort of back and forth dialogue that we're having, and clearly you have some people that enjoy interacting
Yeah.
with you.
I'd love to speak to the people even too that say they have epilepsy and even get in a group, because like I know about my epilepsy, but like I'd love to learn about yours and see what how do you feel in the morning? What type of diets are you know what I mean? Everyone's different, and just like you said, every seizure is different. So I'd love to hear how their epilepsies work and stuff too, so I could save a life too.
We appreciate this, Marcus. And the one thing I don't know if some of the media outlets were telling you the same thing, but a lot of the media that I did today, like CTV, CBC, they were asking about the police course, and I sent them the video, the police course. They all found it so interesting. They learned so much, and this was media. They're busy running around doing 1,000 things, and I feel I had about 7 different media outlets do the police training
Do their
today.
job for them, yeah.
But I feel like the media has just learned so much about epilepsy today. I think took the training that the police should be taking.
100%.
And
Like I said, it's people like you that's made the situation 10 times better. And I just, like I said, I really.
no, I thank you, and we'll connect soon. And for those that are watching, if you just joined us, we're talking to Marcus Charles. If you don't know the name, you should Google his name. Go to our website. The petition's on our website, CanadianEpilepsyAlliance.org. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll have some more updates. And thanks so much, Marcus.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for watching and your support. If you ever wanted to send me a message or need anything, I'm here to talk to anybody. So peace, love, and happiness is the one thing I'm definitely going to say.
All right. Thanks, Marcus.
All right. Cheers, man. You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Marcus. And again, my name is Trevor Gordon. I'm with the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance. Marcus Charles, if you don't know the story, he was leaving work at Canadian Tire. He was having seizures. Paramedics were called, police were called, and he ended up getting tased during while he was having seizures. He ended up getting charged with 3 different counts of assault. And so it's been not a great 2 years for Marcus Charles, but 2 days ago, or actually yesterday morning, the charges were dropped. And so that is somewhat good news, obviously, well, good news in a negative situation. You can learn more about the situation by going to the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance.org website. And thank you very much, and have a great day, everyone.